Do you want to talk about any of the other players in particular?
Well, I think what I want to do, because we talk about those guys, right? In terms of Hines, Heath, Hemp, we know what they do. We know who they are. But I think the conversation where I wanted to shift it to a little bit was, of these 5 guys, who do we think has the best chance of getting in? Because I think like we will all have very fond memories of these guys. Anytime you're getting nominated for the Hall of Fame, yeah, we're going to have great memories of you. But in terms of when we start talking about them actually getting into the Hall, that's why I think it differs a little bit, because when you talk about getting into the Hall, we got to nitpick. We got to split those hairs a little bit more. So that's kind of my thought process. But let us know in the chat, man, in terms of those 5 guys, who do we think gets in there? Should I pull that up? I feel like I could, but you're going to have to talk because that's a lot of typing.
Yeah, definitely.
So you keep talking. I'm going to type real quick and I'll pull it up for the culture.
For me, I'm going with Hines. There's more to just stats than making the Hall of Fame, in my opinion, because I've already been on record. I think Julian Edelman should be a Hall of Famer. If they're starting to let in dudes that have these short peaks, iconic moments, when you look back in history, they were part of either a 5 or 10 year era where you're just like, wow, they helped tell the NFL story. Then Hines Ward is in the Hall of Fame. Like, it's just one of those things. You say Hines Ward, the Super Bowl MVP, what he meant to the Steelers. And I bet you, if you ask your around the NFL, whether it was our rivals, teams that faced off against him, that's just the name, Hines Ward.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer. He's in the 1,000 catch club. The stats are there, 12,000 yards. You look at other receivers that are in the Hall of Fame, like he surpasses them. There obviously is always going to be different eras, but the numbers are there that he should at least make it. The 4-time Pro Bowler hurts him a little bit. He doesn't have an All-Pro. Do
you think a guy can get in without All-Pro?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many Lynn Swann has. Doesn't he only have like 3 or 4 Pro Bowls? We could look back, but there's some of these. I would want to know some of these guys that are getting in. The one that sticks out to me is Jimbo Covert. He just made it. When you look at his career accolades, because he went to Pitt.
No, but he's like older, isn't he?
Yeah, so he went 2-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro.
Yeah, but he's still an old guy. Like, who's like?
He just got in this year, though.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like he's still like his numbers. I feel like are skewed just because of like the different generations that he played in.
He was a left tackle, but 2-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro. That's who's getting in the Hall of Fame right now.
But this is what I'm saying in the sense of like in that generation, we don't know what he was viewed as. You know what I mean? Like it could have been like, yo, we think that you're the 3rd best tackle out here. You know what I mean? Like I just don't know. I don't know personally. That's all.
But that's how I feel with Hines. Where
I just don't think it's apples to apples because of how different the time frame was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because when did he play? It was 80s or early 90s?
Yeah.
Like that, like it just seems like, I don't know. It's gonna be like when we're trying to compare Troy Aikman's numbers to Ryan Tannehill's numbers in like 7 years. Tannehill's numbers are probably gonna look crazy just because of the generation that we're playing in right now, right? But I don't think we would sit here and be like, oh yeah, Ryan Tannehill's a better quarterback than Aikman. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the difference of the generations. That's the only thing I think of with that in terms of that his accolades not being as gaudy, but still being in the Hall.
Hines, throughout his career, easily like a top 10 receiver, year in, year out.
Hey, and
easily.
Quick, I just put the poll up. I could not include Hardy Nickerson Sr. because I could only put 4 options up there. So if you would like to put Hardy Nickerson Sr. up there, write his name in the chat, all right? Because I could only put 4 up there, all right? So don't think I'm taking a shot at the homie. I am not, all right? Now, I just had to throw that caveat out there.
Yeah, I don't know what else you need from Hines Ward to be a Hall of Famer because year in, year out, regular season, he's got the numbers, consistent, always a top 10 receiver with the blocking. Like that means something too, especially here in Pittsburgh. But I would say around the NFL because he was jacking dudes up. Like he was feared from that side of the ball.
I'm with it.
The big time moments.
Can you check MVP. Receivers though that don't have all pros? Because I know you brought up an old lineman, and like you said, he was from the 80s, but pull up any receiver that played during Hines' time that's in the Hall without those type of things.
Okay. That might be in the Hall right now?
Yeah, it's in the Hall right now.
Oh, that's going to be tough. We'll find, because think of the guys in his era right now. It's like T.O.
He's in,
Marvin
but he has
Harrison.
all pros. all pros. We're saying like a guys that was in his generation without an all pro that's in the hall right now. Because that's the argument we're making. And I don't feel like we can go 80s or 90s versus, his generation and to be a wide receiver as well.
But they were doing all pros still.
No, I'm with you on that. But you're trying to make we're arguing about Hines getting in, but we're comparing him to an old lineman. I just wanted to be apples to apples. But if there a receiver that's in there that doesn't have,
but even going back to the 70s and 80s, though, could we say that?
Can you say what?
If they don't have all pros in 70s, 80s, not whatever era, because it's still all pros. I don't think
it's apples to apples, though. That's all I'm saying.
Why? Because all pros is still, they're picking like the top 2 or 3 guys each season.
Just think about how were Pro Bowls viewed in the 90s versus how Pro Bowls are viewed now.
I have no clue.
We talk about it all the time. We say Pro Bowls are more of a popularity contest, right? Now they are. Back then, it was more so you had to earn that Pro Bowl. It was felt different. It had a little bit more of a regard to it.
I guess. I
mean, bro. I understand. I know how you do, bro. It's all good.
Wait, dude, I don't know. 4 Pro Bowls?
It's all good, man.
That doesn't mean anything.
You're not here
for Hines Ward.
It's all you're making. I don't care.
But I don't care about the Pro Bowls. Like it helps. It helps this case. He was a top 10 receiver year in and year out. The numbers are there. But yeah. So let's hold on. I do want to look though, because
if you could find me a receiver that played when he played that doesn't have those that is in, then sure. But I can't follow this argument about a tackle or any other position when we're talking about Hines' case, because Hines played wide receiver.
All right. So I'm going to have to try to find this. So who do you think then I
don't think any of those guys are in there that don't have all pros. That's what I'm saying to you.
No. The best out of the 5. Are you sticking with Anderson?
Yeah, I go Anderson first, Hines second. I like Hamp, but I think Hamp has to wait until after Vince Wilfork gets in. I don't think Hamp get in if Vince don't get in.
Dude, I'm all over the place here. I'm sorry. I'm in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Oh, Lord. You gonna be pulling up war stats next, man.
Well, right now in this modern era class, you have Steve Smith, Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
I think those guys deserve to be in too. I think a bunch of these receivers.
You said Andre Johnson?
Andre Johnson's in there.
Does he have all pros?
Like Anquan Bolden.
What are
Anquan Bolden might not, but I would say, Anquan Bolden's like in that mix too.
Oh no! See, I feel like
he's never won one. 3-time Pro Bowls.
I don't think Bolden is Hall of Famer. I think he's really good though.
That playoff run he had with the Ravens. So.
I get it. I'm taking Andre Johnson every day over him though.
Yeah. Andre Johnson's in. I think they both should be in though. I don't. This era of receivers, but Andre has the crazy.
Andre has the accolades.
He definitely does. His stats were crazy.
I just don't think you're getting in the hall without accolades, man.
Hines has those accolades, but I think Bolden has the accolades. He Rookie of the Year, Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl runs. I'm trying to find him, dude. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. Hey, look, I get it. I'm just non-Steeler related. How I view it right now, that's why I'm just saying it's not like that everywhere in terms of the perception of Hines. Like, I get it. I do 100%. And especially as a Steeler, like, you understand the passion with it. But around the league, he was not viewed like that to like other players. That's all I'm saying. Like, you respect and you fear the blocking, but like when we talk about, and we've had this conversation, when we talk about, man, the receivers that you feared walking into stadiums because they could do certain things with that ball or special things like that. We talked about your T.O.s. We talked about the Mosses. Hines, you respect him, but I don't think he's viewed in the same vein as Randy Moss and as T.O. and even to an extent as an Andre Johnson.
I'm even taking it outside of the Hines. Like, let's say Julian Edelman, that's what we're talking about.
Bolden. I don't think Edelman's a Hall of Famer.
You don't?
I don't know.
Man.
I think if Edelman gets in, I think it starts looking like the NBA Hall of Fame. I personally do. I don't think it's not a knock on a player because he's not a Hall of Famer. There's still great players, but to be a Hall of Famer, it's like, that means you're special. Like you're special. That's all I'm saying.
I may have found something. The by position Hall of Fame database here.
I hope so. Let's do it, man.
Okay. Wow, a lot of running backs. Tailbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wide receiver.
All right, let's get it.
Okay, let me look here. Fred Bilentikov, Steve Largent. All right, we'll look at Lynn Swann. He is 1 All-Pro, 3
Okay.
Pro Bowls.
Okay.
We have John Stallworth, 3 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro.
Mm-hmm.
We have...
Where you going with these older guys, man?
I'm just going down the list.
I was like, Lord.
Michael Irvin, 5 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro.
Okay.
Oh, Tim Brown. Tim Brown has 9 Pro Bowls.
Jeez. Okay.
Part of the all 1990s team.
Okay. Okay.
See some of these recent. I already know Marvin Harrison, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, Harold Carmichael. He has 4 Pro Bowls.
I remember Harold.
He just
got in. He's still
in.
super old too, though.
But he got in with 4 Pro Bowls.
Yeah, he's super old. It's different. We talk about like modern guys.
I don't know what the difference is though.
I just think when we start never mind. You're not gonna be able to understand it.
Wait, why?
You wouldn't, bro. It's cool. It's cool because like it's a conversation like with Steelers fans in general, and even in the chat, I can see it as
I just said I would give it to
no.
Bolden and Edelman. We just view who should get in the Hall of Fame differently then.
Sure.
Then that's it. Because I would give it to Edelman. I'd give the Hall of Fame nod to Edelman. I give it to Bolden. It's not strictly just Hines Ward. Like Chad Johnson should probably be in my opinion, and his numbers are borderline. But like I just feel like he was a Hall of Fame receiver. Okay. I think that era of receivers was awesome.
Awesome, yes. Do I think they were all Hall of Famers? No. Like, bro, you water it down. You start letting all them dudes get in, man.
Isaac Bruce, 4-time Pro Bowls.
Okay.
He won a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Hines got 2. He's got that MVP too.
Okay.
He just got in recently. Yeah. So there's a couple guys right there.
I want Hines in there. That's all. But the argument you're making to me, if I'm the Hall of Fame committee, you haven't convinced me. That's all I'm saying. And even in the chat where y'all say, man, he was a fearless blocker, man, we think he was elite. I get all of that. But if you're the Hall of Fame committee, based on how they look at it, that criteria clearly isn't moving their needle. That's all I'm saying. I think what moves their needles when we can compare him to guys recently and we're like, he was better than this guy. Boom, 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 boom. And these are all the things that back it up. Not, well, man, we know he was a fierce black man. We love him here. We get that. And we're not saying that doesn't help. But clearly the Hall of Fame, they want more than that. That's all I'm saying.
Isaac Bruce is the best comparison, though.
I think that's a great point right there. That's a good comp. Now we got something we could talk about. But when you bring up the other players, like if you're the Hall, I don't think they want to hear Hines compared to Harold Carmichael, just because the difference in styles of play, the difference in generations of NFL during those time frames. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got him at 1. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they do guys like Steve Smith, Anquan Bolden, Hines Ward.
Do you think Steve Smith
like
a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, dude. Like these dudes, like whenever I just sit back, like these guys meant something in this era.
I'm trying to think. I'm just going on. Okay, what about
and their numbers are all
TJ
good.
Hushmanzada? Is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Okay. What about Muhammad Massaquoi? Is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
All right, Josh Cribbs. He a Hall of Famer? No. Devin Hester?
Yes, Devin Hester.
Why not Cribbs then? Because Cribbs are returned the same way, right?
No, he's not on Devin Hester's level. Okay. Hester changed the game. Cribbs came after him. He had some splash a little bit, but no, Hester was iconic.
Dante Hall. Throw up the X.
Has he been considered? I think his time was too short, though. He had like a 3 or 4 year run. He was the best.
Okay. I don't think
it was
the human joystick.
There wasn't as much longevity with him that Hester had, I think.
All right. Let's see. Because Tim Brown, he's already in.
Yeah, Tim Brown got in.
What was the other? Was it Jerry? Was it? No, they had a Joey Porter. No, what was the other?
Jerry Porter.
They had the Jerry Porter right here. What about Jerry? He's not in? No, I'm just thinking of names from back then. That's I'm just trying to think of. Joey Galloway. He was a guy, right? Joey? No?
He's not in. No.
Okay. What about Santana Moss?
No, he's not in.
Okay. Let's see. Who else was the name? Keyshawn is in.
No, he's not.
No, he's not in. Okay, Keyshawn.
He might be in college football.
Would you throw Keyshawn in? Because he was dominant. He had his moments.
I don't think Keyshawn's in.
He got a ring too, right?
He was too inconsistent.
Okay. Hey, let's see who else. Who else can we think of? Wide receivers during that generation.
Chad Johnson might be the most borderline one that I've said thus far. but his fall off sucked. That's what really hurt him.
Yeah.
It actually would have benefited him probably to retire before going to New England because he would have left on a high note.
Oh, okay. Here we go. We got some names coming in. Brandon Marshall, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Brandon Marshall was awesome.
Torrey Holt.
Yeah, he should get in.
Antoine Randall.
No.
Okay. I'm just, Herman Moore.
I don't know him.
He was Detroit. Yeah,
he's too old. I don't know.
Okay, let's see. I'm just, man. Oh man. Yeah, drop some more names in here, man. All right, Plaxico Burress. What about him, man? No Plax. Okay, Wes Welker.
No.
Ed McCaffrey.
That's crazy. Hold on. Think of just what I said though.
Okay, that's why I know
Edelman. Yeah. I said Edelman over Wes Welker.
Yeah,
but that means something because Edelman had those playoff runs. Wes Welker never did. He never did. He never won a Super Bowl.
Bro, I get that, but Wes to me was the better player. I like Wes. I thought Edelman just played better in the bigger moments. In terms of the playoff moments, he had those. He had the moments. I ain't gonna lie, he had the moments. I like Wes. I feel like
that means something.
Yeah. To you, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ed McCaffrey, though. What about him?
I don't know him enough. I think he was a little bit before me. I'm gonna say no though. From what I know,
those guys, man. Now, Ed McCaffrey, I thought he was nice, man. I like that. I like McCaffrey.
I think he was good.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me pull up the stats real quick.
See, like to me, I think Ed would be fringe. I feel like I can make a case for him.
So he has one Pro Bowl.
Yeah. But he has how many Super Bowls?
He has three Super Bowls, only 7,000 yards.
Okay.
565 receptions. Nah, I don't think he gets it.
Okay. I still feel he's a good player. They're all good, but that's the thing. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how do we, how you differentiating? Deion Branch. It's another guy. Super Bowl MVP too, right?
Not enough.
Pull up. Just pull it.
Not enough.
See what he got. Just check him out. Check him out.
He doesn't have enough through the regular season.
Greg Jennings. He's another good one.
Greg Jennings. That's a good one.
He's definitely a good one. Him and was it Donald Driver? Both of those guys.
Yeah. So Deion Branch, it's just not enough for the longevity of his career. He doesn't have enough stats. 6,644 yards, 39 touchdowns. I don't think he has it.
Okay.
No Pro Bowls for him.
Okay. So what about Greg Jennings then? Does he pass your test?
I gotta look at
Hall
the stats.
of Famer. No, because I just feel like your criteria is a little bit lower than like.
I think he's a notch under Ocho Cinco. Like Ocho's my cutoff line. Yeah, Greg Jennings doesn't. Only two Pro Bowls.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not Greg Jennings because early on in his career, it took him till his third year to get going. He only really had a peak of 4 years, and his best season was 1,300 yards, and then started falling off. End of Green Bay, then he went to the Vikings. Just wasn't the same. Let me look at Chad Johnson because I feel like his peak was like for a good 7 or 8 years. Ever since he came in his rookie year.
I feel like I blended all together with him because of how big of a personality he was.
Bro, he's got 6 Pro Bowls, 2-time All-Pros.
Yeah. He was nice now.
His fall off was terrible. That was the problem because he was done. He was done at 33 with the New England.
Yeah,
that was his problem.
And then got in shit. And then Miami happened. Yeah,
he should have just retired. Like his career would be viewed much more favorably. I think Chad Johnson though. Yeah.
I like Ocho. Whose numbers were better between his and Hines?
It's got to be close.
I feel like it's close. Yeah.
Hines has the nod. Chad has 766 receptions, where Hines has 1,000.
Yeah.
He has less yards. He has 11,000. I think Hines was at like 12,000.
And how many games was it for Ocho?
Oh yeah, he's in 11. I feel
like he's like shorter, right?
He has 11 seasons. He has 11 seasons. Where Hines isn't he like 13?
13, I thought.
I'll double check right now. Hines has. Oh my, they didn't give me the number. It's 98 to 11. So yeah, that looks about 13 seasons. Yeah, he's a couple more seasons.
That's close.
But I just said I'd give it to both of them. I
do hope they both get in because I do actually like both of those players.
Like Steve Smith,
I like
Anquan Bolden. Maybe
I just
Anquan Bolden might be the
when we start going Steve Smith and Bolden. I don't know. I don't know. And I love that. Like I love Steve Smith's game, man. He was one of the dudes I actually love. Like I enjoy playing against Steve.
Dude, Smith's numbers are good.
I enjoy playing against him too, bro. I just don't know. Like
he has the 1,000 receptions. Almost 15,000 yards 81 touchdowns. He's 5 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros.
He's got it. I mean, he's in the mix though.
That's what I mean.
He's in there. He's definitely in the mix. I just don't know if it's enough. That's my. I don't know.
Well, Moss had around like 15,000 yards. I think T.O. and Moss had similar total receiving yards. Hold on, let me double check. T.O., where's he at? 15,000. He is almost 16,000.
That's
I think Moss is around 15 too. Like Jerry Rice just blows everyone away,
correct.
C. Smith's up there.
He is, man.
He's up there.
He is. It's gonna be interesting though. It's gonna be interesting. How long has Hines been waiting now?
A little bit. That's what I'm wondering. I think he gets in. I think he should get in. I don't know how long they're gonna make him wait though.
Yeah.
But it's gonna come down to, all right, if Steve Smith gets in, Hines has a really good case if Steve Smith gets in too. You add Isaac Bruce. Because Smith, he's got a little bit higher numbers than Hines.
Yeah. But he doesn't have any of the hardware, though.
He doesn't have the hardware.
He played in one Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, with
he
Panthers,
played in the one,
against New England.
I'm trying to think, is there any other receivers that are in that conversation? I'm just like trying to go back through team by team. Like, all right, who was my guy that I would grow up and watch? Who was this guy that we were watching there?
Rod Smith.
Oh, out in Denver. See,
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna have the numbers though.
He's gonna be close. He's got 3 Pro Bowls, 2-time Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's got 11,000. Looks like he played around 11 years.
Now
he's like borderline. I don't think he's not in yet.
Now we got a good one right here. This from the official Kenny Ray Powell. Shout out to you for that, man. He says, "What about Jimmy Smith?"
I was gonna say him. I was thinking about the Jacksonville receiver.
Absolutely, Jimmy. Yeah, because he was down there. Who was that wasn't Leftwich. Was he Garage or was he Leftwich?
I think he had some. It was
Leftwich.
majority with Leftwich.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Might have been some with Brunel too.
That was it. Fred Taylor and them boys down there, man.
Okay.
I used to hate playing against Fred
Jimmy
Taylor
Smith's got 5 Pro Bowls. Nice. He won a championship. I don't know with who. Who do you win a championship with?
Jimmy. What?
He was with Dallas in the early 90s.
Oh, wow.
Probably is like their 5th stringer.
I would not known that, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. We just learned something new. But no, he's 862 receptions, 12,000 yards, 67 touchdowns. So he's probably gotten some consideration. He's not in yet, though.
All right. And now is Roddy White and Eric Moulds. I know Roddy's not in. Roddy had numbers as well, though. Shout out to Arterius Barnes for the Roddy White. He threw the Roddy White in there, man. Shout out to him, man. And Damon Brown with the Moulds.
Moulds has a 3-time Pro Bowl, 764 yards, 10,000 receiving, or 764 receptions, 10,000 receiving yards, and then 49 touchdowns. So I have Hines above him.
I like that.
Who's the other guy?
That was that Roddy White. Or was that
was Moulds?
Roddy White. He was the other one with the Falcons. And the same generation, too.
4-time Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro.
Mm-hmm.
He fell off, man.
What did he look like?
So he did, looks like 10 years, 808 receptions, 10,000 receiving yards.
Julio got there, man.
63 touchdowns, all with Atlanta.
Yeah,
he just fell off.
Julio got there. It changed things, man. And he got older.
He had a little bit of a slow start. He didn't start his rookie year till he was 24. And then those 2 years, he only had 400 yards, 500 yards. Then he really got it kicked off when he was 26, 07. 07 to 11 was awesome, though. He was easily like a top 5 receiver at that time.
Okay. Another good one right here. Keenan McCardell.
I'm gonna
say no to Keenan?
I'm gonna say no.
Keenan's a definite no?
Yeah.
I like how we started this thing out, and it wasn't.
I like doing this,
but this is a fun little. I mean, we're like, we got 8 minutes for my man supposed to be buzzing us in, so we just gonna roll with it, man.
2-time Pro Bowl. He won that Super Bowl with Tampa Bay.
Okay.
883 receptions, 11,000 receiving yards, 63 touchdowns.
Okay.
This is over the course. He played 16 seasons.
Okay.
So he has a little extra there.